Good evening, survivors. I have a treat for you tonight, a sneak peek, behind the scenes look at my newest build. My dearest friend Laura, please check her out over at Whack Ink. She is on Instagram and on Facebook. She does some phenomenal artwork and you guys have got to take a look at it. She printed me out these fabulous potion bottles for somebody's book. I'd like to share with you how I made it. I took regular brown paper, I drew lines on it. I decided this one was too small, but it'd be good for you guys to see how I do things. I measured out lines, I cut very carefully on those lines, and to get good crisp folds, I take a ruler. I've never videoed this before, so please bear with me. I put it down on the line, and I take something to score it. Happens to be a kneading needle. Push down quite hard on it. Go back and forth once or twice. Then without moving the ruler, I bend this part up. Run your fingernail across it, and you have a nice tight line. Run your fingernails. Perfect. Opens and closes. After that, I use burnt umber, burnt sienna. Yes, I know I need a real palette, but this works quite well. I stippled it with one of my paintbrushes. Ooh. I drew little squiggly lines on it to make it appear to have old writing. And then I took it outside with a lighter and I crisped up the edges a bit. I wonder if I can get better light. Nope, that's as good as it gets. There we go. You can see how I burnt the edges and I made it look old. I am very, very carefully cutting out all of these. And I'm going to put them on the blank pages of my book. And then I will weather that some more and sew it together. Alright kids, so I've cut most of these out. I have to tell you it's very, very, very tedious, but it's going to be well worth it at the end. When I'm done cutting all these out, I will come back and show you how I glue them to the papers. I hope you're enjoying so far. Alright, I have finally gotten all my little tiny bottles cut out. I'm now going to start gluing them on the inside of my paper. My absolute favorite thing to use to glue, shameless plug right here, Elmer's School Glue. It's the purple one that turns clear as it dries. It's great. I use it for my crafting. Hey Elmer's, you want to do me a favor? Hook me up with some more of your craft glue. It's great. You don't really need that much, but I like to, you know, make sure it has adequate amounts to stick. Try to get that semi in the middle. Oh, I like that. What do you think? You like that, guys? A little more light on the situation. I'm thinking that looks good. Oh, let's do it again. Oh yes. So I won't make you sit here and suffer through me gluing all of these, but just so you get an idea. A nice thin but thick enough layer of Elmer's Purple School Glue. And you're going to want to let these dry before you attempt to close them because they will stick. It'll squish out the sides just a little bit. You won't be able to see it, but it's there. All right. I got all the pictures glued in. It's looking fantastic. Now we need to dirty this up just a little bit. I'm using, chalk pastels. They're one of my favorite things. It lends a nice grittiness to whatever you're doing. I take a dry paintbrush. I rub it around. Let's go for a little brown. Can you see that? Has a nice deep rich chocolate brown. And I take it and I just kind of dab and wiggle anywhere you want it. My hand was totally in the way. Let's try that again. Let's go for, let's make it real dark. Let's go for black. Oh, yes. Because I want the little bottles to blend in and look like it was all done at once. For my next trick, I'm going to attempt to bind this together by sewing it. This ought to be interesting. Stay tuned. All right, I have all my pages laid out and ready for sewing. I'll be the first one to admit I really don't know what I'm doing, so please bear with me. I'm going to go up through this one. I think my thread is excessively long, but that's okay. Through the middle. Through the back of this one. Probably should have looked up book binding on the internet first, but hey, we're having fun. Although I think at this point I sew costumes better. My next book I'll line up. My next page I will line up. I'll go right through the back of that one. We'll go through this first one. Next time I do this, I'll make sure my thread isn't way too long. So it proved way too hard to try to sew this on camera. If you're looking to do something like this, I would highly suggest you YouTube how to do it instead of just stumbling through it like I did. But I got all the pages sewn into a spine. And it's not going to move. I have my front and back book covers here. I have my papers that go inside, and I'm going to glue these to this piece of paper, and then I'm going to glue that into the middle, and hopefully it'll all open and close quite nicely. I'm going to take this edge here and wrapping paper wrap it around, maybe. We'll find out. I'll let you know. Oh crap, I put it on upside down. Shit. Good day, survivors. Yale coming at you with a 1/6 scale book of shadows. All handmade by me out of found paper, stickers, cardboard, and a little magic.